Let's get centered. This week, Washington tumbles toward a government shutdown, but who can win the public opinion battle? We'll ask Cornell Belcher, one of the premier pollsters and strategists in America, who served on the polling team for both Obama presidential campaigns. If the government shuts down, Donald Trump can now effectuate all of these firings that, if people were actually on their jobs, would be much harder. So he's got like the operational advantage there. And yet Democrats are under pressure to fight and sort of accept a shutdown because last time they were seen as having caved on government funding. Can we win a public opinion battle on a government shutdown?
I think we got to look at the war, not a battle. And Trump is threatening to fire tens of thousands of workers if you're going to shutdown, which will hurt millions of people and families who are probably already struggling with high costs and they're out of a job. So Democrats are caught in this place where if we don't want millions of Americans to be hurt, we've got to stand in the breach. But the other side is like, I don't care about these people being hurt, right? I'm going to use these people as leverage to get you on board. It's because you have a moral core, right? We will hurt people if you don't do what we say. But that's where we are right now in this country. And I think that's sad. I think that's a perspective I think Americans have to look at. I got beat up a lot by my friends and people in social media spaces because I could make the argument that Schumer was making, that the shutdown the government plays into the hands of the authoritarian, right?
Yeah.
That is not, but people didn't want to hear that. And to your point, it's like, if we shut down the government, lots of people get hurt.
Yeah.
And we don't want lots of people to get hurt. But there's also a perception out there among many that, you know what, people have to touch the stove and get burnt, right? At some point, there's got to be, and this sounds horrible, right, to be a political calculus, because you're talking about people being hurt. But the other side is simply said, you know what, I'm going to hurt people if you don't come along.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they voted for Republicans in a lot of these districts. Now they're gerrymandered as hell, but that aside, all right. And at some point, this is what Republicanism is. These are the policies that the Republicans have put in place. These are the policies that you all voted for. So there has to be a consequence for it. So there is, again, it's not comfortable to talk about, but there is a perception out there that this is what people voted for. So people need to understand that this is the consequences of how you vote.